Today guys, we will be making a BattleBIt tier list on what maps are the best to snipe on. I am again with my good friend, Mr. Peanut Butter.
And just as a disclaimer, neither of us are big snipers, so this is more or less coming from the other side of the rifle, as in where our points come from which map we get wrecked the most on by snipers.
Where we get consistently domed the most.
Alright, so Azagor.
Alright, so I've only played this map so much, but what I do know is that there's like a weird mix of like really open spaces and very good cover. When I played on that map, I feel like I was being seen by snipers like 24/7.
Yeah,
So
I would.
That's gonna be my input on that.
No, I think that like leads into mine, because for me it's like the two coastlines. If you try running on those coastlines, you will 100% run into a sniper, and a lot of the time, like the two coastlines on the side of the Azagor map, and a lot of times you are going to get sniped there. Not only that, but there's that like weird fortress that juts out onto the right side of the coast. I guess it depends on what spawn you are, but like towards the middle of the map, one of the coastlines has a little fortress that snipers love to snipe from.
Okay.
So I don't know if you, I would say like a safe place for this would be like B for me, probably.
It seemed like it was solid. I know from experience there's like way worse.
I think a B is a good for Azagor. All right, now we got Basra. Basra. I mean, to me, this is like classic sniper territory. Like,
I've been domed so many times on
yeah,
Basra.
it doesn't matter what side of the map you're on, you're gonna be able to snipe. The boat's a great place to snipe once your team has it. D, incredible. Top of B, incredible. It's just all around. Those islands too.
Oh my god, it's always the islands, and if you're on the boat, especially with your little flank idea, I'm always on the boat trying to do that. I'm always getting sniped.
It's
never
constant.
Like an enemy like player on the boat. It's always somebody like on the other side of the map just doming me.
Yeah, no. This is, for me, this is easy S tier, I think.
I agree.
All right, now this is one that used to get played a lot, but I've rarely played it ever before. Disclaimer, we do play a lot of 127v127, so maybe it's played in a lot of other modes, but it's construction. While there are great places to snipe on this map, it's just too big, or sorry, too small.
Yeah.
And for that reason, it gets too cluttered. So for me, it can only go so high, just for those reasons. There's some good spots to snipe, but I think it's too chaotic.
It's just too hard for the snipers to avoid combat and snipe.
Yeah. Like you'll find pockets and you can snipe for a good amount of time, and then you'll have to move on, or like you'll get counter sniped, or which I don't know if that adds to sniper value or doesn't it? I don't know, but
I'd say no.
No? Okay. Doesn't it? So for me, this is like I would put construction at like a C.
Yeah, I'd probably go C too.
It's not like the worst in the world. Like there's some worse ones coming up. Not right away.
Bad, but there's not like a draw.
Yeah, exactly. Doable, but not favorable.
Like you need some sort of draw to slip into that B tier.
So here's an interesting one, because it's just changed recently. But district, not sure we have enough data. We could talk about the old one, or we could talk about the new one. So the new one, at least, I'd say almost kind of the same thing about construction. It's like, it's a small map, so it's kind of hard in some places. It is kind of like, there's a lot of cover, the willow trees all around the map, and the high grass. Those factors, the willow trees and the high grass, they might provide enough cover to where it maybe is better than construction in terms of sniping, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, what I usually find in the willow trees and the long grass are people laying down with LMGs or SMGs. Almost never a sniper. I know I don't snipe a lot, but I don't think I'd ever get my sniper out on this map. I just think it'd be so hard to avoid the conflicts, and then when you have to go approach conflict, it's like 9 times out of 10 you're entering buildings, and the buildings they're kind of hard to shoot into. You really do have to push to do anything, and that really does not suit a sniper.
No, I agree. And sometimes it's like there's never a steady stream of enemies flowing in one direction. The fight kind of shifts around the map, so you kind of have to shift with it, and I think that can also pose a problem.
Yes, you have to be like really mobile to get kills, and it's just not ideal for snipers.
So I don't know if you like this, but I would probably put this in C, but I'm probably going to put it ahead of construction. Or do you have a different spot where it should go?
I think you're right. Because there definitely is more cover potential than there is.
Yeah. All right, now we're on one. I believe I'm terrible with this icon. I'm pretty sure it's Dusty Dew, though. So Dusty Dew, naturally I want to put it in the B tier. Maybe... Ooh. This is so difficult for me. It's got some spots. It's got some really good spots. Like I'm thinking there's areas around C that are really good on Dusty Dew. That middle plateau I was talking about earlier, snipers love that spot. I've been sniped a ton there. I've killed snipers there. I've actually sniped there myself. It's a really good sniping spot. I think for that area alone, I'm gonna put it in the B tier. And honestly, I don't know whether to switch it with Azagor or not. I don't think I will. Maybe I'll come back to it, but I don't think I will right now. Next we have Eduardovo. I don't know. I'm kind of middle of the road to this one. I've been sniped on it plenty of times. I think it's only really, there's not like an iconic sniper spot for me on Eduardovo.
I don't really remember being sniped all that much on it.
No, I think its size lends it well. Like it's just so big that like of course there's spots. Like there almost has to be. But I would comfortably put this like either below Dusty Dew or maybe even into the C tier, like maybe ahead of District. I don't know how you feel about that. But we could go lower too. I could go behind Construction. I don't think I feel. It's definitely not a D tier. Like it doesn't hinder sniping. It's just not like doesn't benefit it at all.
Yeah, I mean definitely pretty squarely C tier.
Okay. Do you think it goes
ahead of District, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I could put it ahead of District.
Yeah, just because of the size.
Yeah, the size. Like that's just the fact. If it was a small map like District and Construction, I'd probably put it below those two. But the size helps snipers out. All right, now we have an interesting one because this is a small map, but I'm not sure that hinders sniping, and that's Frugis. What are your opinions on Frugis?
Oh, Frugis has so many spots. I get sniped a lot on that map.
Those rooftops, man. And we'll come back to the rooftops because it's the reason why it makes this map a good sniping map. And it's a reason for another map why it's a bad sniping map. And we'll get to it. We'll get to that. So I don't know what you're thinking, but this may be our first. I could see this either top of B or low tier A. I don't know how you feel about that.
I get top of B because there's a lot of times where you'll get on top of a building and there's nothing. And the buildings make it so that you can only see so far. It's like in certain areas at certain times, being on top of a building is amazing. Then there's other times where it's almost like you just have no field of view because of all the buildings.
Okay. And now we're on to Mr. Peanut Butter's favorite map. And this is an interesting one for this topic, I feel like, but it's Isle.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's not amazing.
See, I was gonna almost argue that it was pretty good. Like, there's just the cover. The tree cover is so nice in a lot of places. People love to snipe from D. It's all on that island by itself. Top of C can be amazing. Like, think about all the times we were flanking with the flank on top of C, and how many times we were getting sniped up there.
The
It was
thing
like
is,
constant.
I feel like it's kind of hard to actually snipe on top of C. I feel like I don't actually die from people sniping on the top of C that much.
Okay. So what are you thinking then?
I mean, I think it's definitely A. Like, it's a good sniping map, but
Okay.
I actually don't.
You don't love it. All right, I'll throw it.
on there tonight, personally.
Okay, I'll throw it A, and it can move maybe if we feel like it. All right, here's the map that you and I probably hate the most. I'm assuming.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like it is, but it's Lonovo.
You already know who it is.
You already know who it is, and I'm tempted to like. I feel like this is an interesting point for Lonovo, but it's probably the only map where it might get played more at night than it does during day. And I don't know.
I was surprised when we got Lonovo Day the other day.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we factor that into the ranking, or should we just keep it as is?
No, I don't think it needs to be factored.
Okay. So what are your thoughts?
I think it's a very good sniping map. It's so easy to like hide in the buildings there,
It's so easy to fortify them too. It's so annoying,
Yeah.
but you can do it.
and it's really easy to stay hidden, especially to anyone on the ground. Like other snipers might be able to spot you, but on the ground, there's so much going on like around you, and there's so many buildings, and there's so many little windows. Like it's so hard to figure out where they are. By the time you do, if you got like any kind of normal gun versus a sniper in that situation, it's like I'm screwed.
Yeah, I agree. So what is that? I feel like our conversation is moving us towards the A area.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe S. I mean, I would see for some reason in my head, like I can't think of any cons, but it doesn't seem like the perfect sniping map to me. I don't know why.
Like, you know, the buildings sometimes, like if you're in a certain area, the buildings block you from doing anything.
That's true.
We just got an overnight in this game.
Wow, what a coincidence. That's crazy. That's
I'm out.
crazy. All right, here's another map that's been recently changed. I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's like it's Multu Islands.
I get sniped on this map a lot.
Yeah, those middle islands, people love to snipe. The two towns on either side of the main island, the two objectives, on either side of the main island, people love to snipe. I think this one's pretty good. Both spawns or
And you're
decent.
really required to like fully migrate to get to objectives. That's a dream for snipers.
That's true, especially when they like, cause like they'll pick people up as they're moving. I agree. I think it's really good.
Especially because like when moving between objectives, you want to keep your movement varied, but when the distance is that long, I'm not doing it. Like I'm not jumping.
Yeah,
and
just
around that
running
whole time.
straight.
I'm gonna start running straight, and anyone that's been sniping for more than 5 minutes is gonna be able to hit me.
You're so right. I feel like you've made a convincing argument for like low S maybe.
I would agree. Low S.
Okay, we don't have many there, so right now it's behind Basra, but I feel like, okay, here's the map where I was referencing earlier that I think would be better if you could get to the top of the rooftops, but I don't know if I haven't played this map much, so I don't know if it's because I've gotten the wrong game modes. Like I know domination restricts the ceiling on some maps, but it's Namak.
Oh yeah.
I think this map is a nightmare for snipers.
I didn't get sniped once, and I can't imagine trying to snipe there. Not even just like, are there good spots? But even if there is a good spot, imagine trying to get to one.
Yeah, no, it'd be impossible. You'd have to have a stalemate. Like you'd have to have this constant stalemate, maybe at C, and then it can work. But the fight on these maps is always moving. It's constantly moving.
Yes,
I think this
constantly moving, and there's just no way you're making it through all of that chaos with a sniper rifle and a pistol.
I agree. No, this one is definitely this is F tier for me. Honestly,
Gotta be.
This is honestly why the F tier exists. I doubt there'll be another map that's thrown into the F tier, but it's that. Now on a map that also got changed from its original spot or original design, and that's it's either oil fields or oil dunes. I can't remember, or oil rig. It's one of those three. The new version of it got smaller, like it got more condensed. I'm not sure if it makes the sniper's job any harder though, because it was pretty good for snipers beforehand, just because of the sheer size. But even after, you can kind of like hide and spawn, and there's some nice little towers to perch yourself on top of. That it's not the worst nightmare in the world for snipers, and it can be kind of beneficial. I'm almost thinking, again, this C tier range because of the small size. However, I think it's better than Eduardovo. So I'm gonna put it first on the C tier list. Next is a map that may be the only map I know that's been growing in pick rate, I feel like, and that's River. I feel like that one's been being played more and more. Interesting map. I think snipers like this map. The B, I think it's B, but that center tower, that center like square building is amazing for snipers. When they get in those upper levels or on top of it. And then the cranes near the boat dock, amazing for snipers. And then there's some good places to hide over on the other side of the map where those roads are. I think you could snipe from there. I think it's not the perfect map, but it's definitely a good one. I might do low A. I think we can talk about this. Do you think it's better than Isle or worse than Isle?
Worse.
You think it's worse? Okay. I'll keep it worse. Yeah. I was thinking it might be better, but I could take worse too. I'm wishy-washy on it. So here's another map that I feel like that's grown in pick rate. That's Salhan. Pretty sure that's yeah, I think that's Salhan. What are your thoughts on Salhan?
I die a lot on that map, but I don't think it's ever snipers.
I've been sniped on it before. Like it just kind of depends on how the game's going, but snipers sometimes like that B tower. D and is it D and E or D and F on the left side? I think sometimes when snipers get those areas, they can be pretty effective over there. E in the back there, I think snipers like that area. I'm kind of like you. It's not. My death rate on that has been varied. Like sometimes I snipe there, or I get sniped there. Sometimes I don't. It suffers from that small size syndrome almost again. I do think it's better than like. Actually, I'm gonna put it. Ooh, this is a difficult one for me. I don't know where to put it, C or B. Maybe I think I'm gonna put it at C in between the oil rig, oil dunes, oil field, whichever one it is, and Eduardovo. I'm gonna put it there. All right, you gotta give me a second because I don't recognize this next one. Oh my God, how can I not recognize this? Jesus, I guess I've never really looked at the icon for this one. Sandysunset.
Oh.
Sandysunset. I mean, come on.
That's the one.
It's really good. I mean, I don't know. I was maybe gonna make a case for being A, but I think it's just gonna be S.
I think it should be S. Yeah.
There's so much space, so many places to go. Even if the city is chaotic.
We were talking about sniping yesterday. We were like, yeah. I hope we get Sandysunset.
When I was doing my C4 video, like Sandysunset, like I could always count on finding sniper. Yeah. Now, this is an S tier. The question is it better than Multu Islands? I actually think it is better than Multu Islands.
I do too.
And then the next question is it better than Basra?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So we're putting, okay.
I think that's the one.
So it's become our new king. I don't know. I think we're gonna have a debate here in a moment. But first, let's get through Tensatown.
I actually do get sniped a fair bit on Tensatown. There's a lot of people that are really good at using the small buildings to hide. So honestly, I put it B because it's not like amazing.
Okay.
Definitely like potential for it. And there's a lot of people that know how to use it pretty well.
Okay. I think because of that small size syndrome, again, I'm gonna put it lower on B. I'm gonna put it like last on B.
I'm fine with that.
I feel like Azagor is becoming kind of a weird plug because it's kind of in middle B and it's an interesting map. But there's a lot of snipers on it, so I'm not too mad about it. Okay, here's another, I think, great one for snipers, and that's Valley.
Oh yeah, Valley is good.
Valley's great. I don't know if it might be low S. It's definitely better than Lonovo, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I'm either gonna put it A or S.
I'd go with A, not S.
I'm looking at Multu Islands and Valley, and I'm asking myself, is Multu Islands really better than Valley? I feel like I haven't played it enough to fully make that conclusion.
Actually, yeah, I guess we feel really confident about Valley as opposed to Multu Islands.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted to switch them. I'll keep Multu Islands in S tier for now, but I'm really tempted. Okay, here's the next one we're gonna have maybe a debate over, but Wakistan.
Wakistan is very good.
Wakistan's like amazing.
Yeah, Wakistan is definitely S.
My thing is it better than Sandy or worse? I think that's the question. Maybe you could throw in Basra in the debate in there too.
I'd say worse because Sandy's still, again with Sandy, that's kind of like, I don't know, I really do think of that one as the sniping map.
Yeah.
There's so many cliffs that overlook the central and most populated objective. I just feel like it's gonna be really hard to beat.
It's so easy to get to those snipers on Wakistan, like the good spots. You can get to them. Like they'll hit you pretty hard, but you can get to them eventually. I feel like Sandy, like they could hide out there for forever in some of those spots.
Yes.
Like as long as they're not on the cliffs overlooking the city, which a lot of snipers like to do. But there's other cliffs you can go to, like you can hide forever almost. All right, we're down to our last one. This one is also a remastered map, I should say.
Okay.
It's Wine Paradise.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is one they made bigger, right?
Yeah, they made it bigger.
They made it bigger, and it's not as much fun to get around.
No, and I've been sniped on it before, and there's some ridges I know of that snipers like.
Yeah, there's another map where it's like kind of a nightmare to go objective to objective, and snipers are a large part of that. Funnily enough, also tanks.
Yeah.
It's almost like tanks. Tanks sometimes like they snipe almost.
Yeah, it's kind of like Basra. They sit on that ridge on B. It's almost the same thing. I feel like maybe like low A. Like I'm thinking about putting it somewhere near Isle, either in front or behind of Isle. What do you think?
Oh, I think it should be above Isle.
Okay. What about Lonovo Night?
I want to say above just because, like, we've established how significant we think size is.
That's true.
It really does. It scores very high in that.
It does.
I don't remember which map it was. We were talking about like how like to go from objective to objective, you have to make a full-on pilgrimage. Wine Paradise is like that too.
Okay. I mean, so this is our preliminary version. I actually have a suggestion now that I'm looking at this. I feel like Tinsa and Oil Dune should be switched. Matter of fact, I'm almost about to do that right now.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna put Oil up here. I'm gonna put Tinsa down there. All right. So I think is this it? I feel pretty good.
I do too.
Maybe the only one I'm a little questioning is Azagor. The B tier is hard for me. That one's hard, but the other ones I feel pretty confident about. I guess I'm gonna say like this is our tier list.
Hey guys, this is our tier list.
Or I should say the Mr. Peanut Butter and Timo's best maps for sniping on BattleBIt tier list.
Yes.
That works. If you like this tier list or you're mad at us for putting one of your favorite maps in a bad spot, please tell us in the comments. And maybe leave a like on the video. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day. And like always, thank you for watching.